It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see the Dreadnoughts, leader at quarterback. He comes in third in the league in passing touchdowns. It's the Dreadnoughts and the Desperados. And it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson, partner. This should be a good one here in the month of October. We got a couple of teams playing good football to get this season going.
And all offseason, Mike, coaches and teams, they talk about the importance of starting the season strong. And here in this matchup for early in the year, we have our first look at two teams that have started off strong. They're playing winning football. They're starting to really understand what their identity is as a team. And for this stage of the season, this is one of the better matchups we've seen so far, and it's going to go a long way continuing to unravel who are the teams we're going to be talking about come the end of the regular season.
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. A good return as he takes it across the 30. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
A huge play right off the bat. 33 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Quick throw, taken in. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, he'll throw. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. He'll drop to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
That one is good. And the Desperados will take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he played fairly well for the most part. Now, are there some things to clean up? Absolutely. Some of his footwork, both inside and outside the pocket, still has a long way to go. The occasional errant throw or just thinking, hey, I've got a big arm, I'm going to fit this ball in the window. Some of that stuff needs to get cleaned up, but overall, not bad. But what matters the most in wins and losses, and he just wasn't the difference maker his team needed when they needed him the most.
A dive and a catch. Incredible. 15 yards through the air. That's enough for a 1st down. From the gun, it's Murray. This pass caught right side. It's Allen. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Now Murray on first down. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the...
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack. When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down. So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
The Desperados offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a first down. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down. But in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield. And there does come some danger when you throw back across. But in this case, it's a big completion.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Here's a first carry for their running back, and he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there, and that is going to bring up 4th down.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
The Desperados out and ready to punt. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Dreadnoughts offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And the numbers have looked good this season. Case in point right here, right up there among the NFL leaders in touchdown passes. They'll begin here on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Murray. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. They motion the slot man left. On 3rd down, Murray. And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Desperados offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Pass brought in by Ferguson. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards.
And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Desperado. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. Greg, offensive coordinator's script to start of the game. This script has read perfectly. What a great start for this offense.
It just seems like every play this offensive coordinator dials up is perfectly timed and then perfectly executed. They've been aggressive. They've been efficient right since the start of this one. And I'll tell you what, Mike, if they continue to build on this lead here early, it's going to be a long day for this defense.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. This taken at the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. But Dreadnoughts offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Murray. Quick throw here is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Slot man in motion left. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. 1 quarter in the books. 10-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Now a 2nd down throw from Murray. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Desperados offense ready to get back at it. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early, and they'll see if they can add to it beginning on this drive. 1st and 10. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. Give him 14 on that play. One first down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. That's a big-time play to secure that one.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Thomas.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
A toss left side, caught by his running back. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Going to try to pick up the 1st down with a zone read.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that 1st down himself.
No handoff. He'll keep it himself. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the play, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
He'll keep this himself. And this one's blown up. It's back at the 5-yard line now.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Desperados. And a special moment as the rookie catches his 1st NFL touchdown.
And the more they can develop this young tight end, Mike, it just gives this quarterback additional weapons, and it's just going to make this offense even more difficult to stop.
A tight end, his 1st career NFL touchdown. Do you remember yours?
Oh, man, I'll tell you, I could recall it like it was yesterday, Mike. We were up Sunday night, primetime game, Lambeau Field against Brett Favre and the Green Bay Packers, and the previous play, Brian Urlacher recovered a fumble probably around the 20, 25-yard line. Brian Greasy was our quarterback for Chicago, and the ensuing play threw it up to the left corner of the end zone, and Mike, guess who called the game? None other than the legendary John Madden.
A short one taken at the 10. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Dreadnoughts offense back onto the field for their next possession. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive as they'll begin here with 1st down. This drive will start on the ground. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. They motion the slot man left. Murray now on second down. They were not fooled on defense. Saw the screen from the start. It'll be a loss of yardage on the play. It is 3rd and 10. We'll try to get this one on the ground. This will not do the trick. They've stopped it behind the line. 4th down coming up.
Great job by the defense here, quickly realizing that this was going to be a draw. They're not caught off guard thinking that they're defending the pass. They're able to not only get in there for a stop, but they're able to take them down in the backfield for a loss.
Here's the punter now, as he'll come on to punt this one away. This is taken at the 25. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Desperados offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. Second down, zone read, and he keeps it. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
So, Mike, at the core of a successful zone read play is that the quarterback understands which defender is he responsible for. That is the defender they're trying to put in a bind. In this case, he chooses the runner, the quarterback pulls the ball, and he's able to take off for a big gain.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I continue in just a moment. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5. But that is enough for a 1st down. They'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before 3rd down. Back to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. But Dreadnoughts offense ready to come back out for this next possession. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. On 2nd down, they run the counter. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining. And they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. Murray from his own end zone. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. Now a second timeout called by the defense. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down coming up.
Man, he fit that one in a tight window. One thing he showed off was his arm strength and his accuracy, but in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really amount to much.
He dives, and what a catch for the first down. They'll look to throw again. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. So we reach halftime in what has been, to this point, a one-sided game. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up in the City of Roses, Portland, Oregon, where you see the final score there. The Snowhawks are right up there near the top of the power rankings as they finish the first half with a 6-2 record. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one
we get a
to
turnaround?
tighten up
Let's find
significantly.
Out. The third quarter is underway. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back set to coming in that he could be a featured back in this one. Instead, no running lanes, no room to operate, stuck at the line of scrimmage, and generally taking this offense out of its flow. That one knocked away and incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet. Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 15-yard pickup there, and that will be a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down. Second down and 3. They send him right out of the slot. Throwing again is Murray. Quick throw, taken in, and he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. To throw again is Murray. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Following the penalty, they'll run it. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
Here's 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Murray. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Dreadnoughts.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. But now the question we have to ask is, there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score. The PAT, up and good. And the Dreadnoughts are back in this one. It's 17-7. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. Eddie has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll send him over to the left. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And showing a little versatility as he takes this one forward up to the 34, a pickup of 9.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. He will find Thomas. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Pass brought in by Ferguson. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
That's the gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Desperados out and ready to punt it away. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. And this ball batted away and incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now, Murray. He'll get this out wide. Well, that is a fitting end to this drive. Nothing works. He loses yardage on 3rd down. Here comes 4th down. Dreadnoughts getting ready to punt this skyward, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. This will be returned from just beyond midfield, and it'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs. I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now, faking the give. Throw left side, taken in by Thomas. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. They'll look to set up the screen here. The screen works for 10 yards and a 1st down.
The relationship between the back and the offensive lineman is now the key for the run after catch. You want to make sure those linemen don't get too far down the field where they can't help protect the back. So once the running back catches it, there's a go-go call. Now everyone knows it's time to go downfield. The running back falls in behind him, and that's the landmark of the screenplay.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 11-yard line.
Now a give on the ground. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll look to throw. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Desperados will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
From the 6, here comes a return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The visitors' offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Slot receiver headed right. Second down, Murray. This one complete right side. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Murray's going to throw again. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Again, it's Murray. And this ball incomplete on third down.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. That's going to be caught. And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a fourth down, fourth quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
Oh, that's a great job there defensively. They know exactly where that first down marker is. It looked for a minute like he was going to be able to pick up enough yards to convert on that fourth down, but he doesn't. He's just shy, and that is a great stand here by this defense.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
All these stops are great. You're trying to cut back into this deficit, find your way back into this game. But the defense can make as many stops as they want, Mike. This game's going to come down to what does their offense do when they take the field.
We're about ready now for the punt. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. Now fair catch, and he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Thrown left side, the catch is made, and he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. This one intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Desperados offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time. They've dominated the proceedings here in the fourth quarter. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. That is Ferguson in motion. On 2nd down, he'll fake the handoff and hold on to it. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
This defense has had their share of troubles trying to contain this quarterback today, Mike. This time they go to the zone read. The defender goes after the running back, and the quarterback pulls it, keeps it himself, and has a huge gain for a first down.
And a good job there of hemming him in. They get it to the 8-yard line. Here now, 2nd down and goal. That is Ferguson in motion. On 2nd and goal, here's the zone read. And he will do it himself. He's in. Touchdown, Desperados. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
The offense will stay out there as they will line up and go for 2.
The offense will line up for a 2-point conversion.
Back to throw. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Dreadnoughts offense ready to see what they can do. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Out of the gun, it's Murray. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. And he is going to score a pick 6 for the touchdown. Second half, and the defense continues to be item 1 in this game. They've done the job keeping the offense in control, and now, Greg, they scored on their own.
Yeah, and they've just been dominant the entire day, Mike, and now to come up with a performance all around for this defense.
Point after try forthcoming. He knocks it through. And the Desperados will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Dreadnoughts offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Murray. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete. On 2nd down, Murray. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Murray. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
He's going to air this one out. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for the 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
Ball start, offense.
The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. He'll drop to throw. He'll try to run for it.
Sometimes it's just a case of taking what the defense gives you. And here's one of those examples. There's nowhere for him to go with the ball. For a minute, it looked like he was going to be able to pick up this 1st down with his legs. The defense rallies, brings him down short of the 1st down marker, sets up 4th down. I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 10. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. This team's offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Murray now. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Here's Murray to throw. This pass caught right side. It's Allen. A gain of 16 on that pass play. That's enough for a first down. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. And the Desperados are going to take possession. They've got it at their own 42. Now, after the interception, we have an injured player to look at. From the gun, they'll try to run it. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They bring the tight end in motion. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense. Still second down.
Back to the ground after the penalty. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 2 makes it 3rd down and 10.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll go left side here and complete this one.
I think there's one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
So the fans going to head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. They get the victory away from home in the division. Those are so valuable. And they'll get another shot in their place next time later in the season. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.